Thousands of chemical compounds and flavor all just exist in a small bean, the small bean of coffee. Imagine when you drink your coffee, sometimes you can feel the taste of some fruits, maybe floral or maybe nutty. Today we are gonna talk about where this flavor comes from. First thing that you think about this flavor is that this flavor added to my coffee, but this is not the case. We all know coffee is a fruit, but well, actually we use the seed of that fruit. Most of the seeds doesn't have any flavor by themselves. So if the seed doesn't have any flavor and there is no fruit added to my coffee, why when I drink it I feel like I drank some maybe blueberry juice, or sometimes it smells like jasmine and something like this? Well, let's start with an important point, and that is flavor and taste are completely different together. And when we eat or drink something, we most think that we perceive all the flavor through our tongue, but tongue plays a small part of that feeling for us. Our tongue only can perceive the taste, and tastes are salty, sweety, bitter, umami, and sour. So if our tongue only can perceive these 5 tastes, where the flavors comes from? In fact, what we call flavor is interaction of 3 senses, which is taste, smell, and mouthfeel. And combination of these 3 senses make us feeling flavors. About 80% of the flavor that we understand is not about taste, it's all about the smelling. Now we understand the difference between the taste and flavor. So let's go back to our topic, and that is where this flavor comes from. Please tell us in the comments if you know that. So, well, to reach our final cup, we have to begin our journey from the farm of coffee, where the coffee starts its journey. An Arabica coffee contains thousands of chemical compounds on itself. Most of these compounds doesn't have any smell. If you ever smell green bean of coffee, you know that it's all smell something natural, like nature almost, something like grass, maybe vegetable, or maybe some raw grain. So if the coffee doesn't have any flavor, where this flavor of coffee that we all smell where come from? The emergence of these flavor notes and aromas begin when the green bean of coffee exposed with thermal energy of a drum of our roasting machine. As the result of these heats, actually some chemical reaction begin and create some new aromatic compounds that it makes our coffee something like all we know. Something aromatic, sometimes for some people delicious, and something that we all need it to continue our day. So we are gonna talk about how it's possible that heat can change a smellless bean with full of different flavors. There are so many chemical compounds in the coffee beans. We mentioned that before. Something like amino acids, chlorogenic acids, sugars, fat, and also caffeine, the most important things. All of these things has a role to play and makes our final cup. So let's talk about the reaction of each of these molecules leads the information for our final flavor notes. For example, amino acids play direct role in formation of some aromas like chocolate, maybe roasted bread, or sometimes some biscuits. Lipids are responsible to preserving the aromatic compounds or creating the body of our coffee, and the most important thing is the mouthfeel. It all comes from the lipids. And the thing that creates us fruity flavor is the acids. Acids play a very important role for our final cup, in my opinion, because it's the part that we can feel the flavor of some fruits, because these acids are similar in the fruits and coffee. These acids create us the acidity, and we are gonna to mention that which acid make acidity similar to the fruits. For example, citric acid, which widely exists in the citrus fruit, something like lemons, orange, and something like this, and it also exists in the berries, something like strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries. blueberries, as we know. The next acid that we gonna talk about is malic acid. Malic acid found mostly in the stone fruit, something like apricot, peach, cherries maybe, and it's also found in the apple and tiny amounts in the bananas. Tartaric acid, which mostly find in the red grapes and avocados. There are so many acids exist in the coffee bean, but mostly these three acids are play our role to make the final flavor. So during the roasting process, many aromatic molecules are created that could make us feel different smell and aromas. If I want to mention some of that, I can mention pyrazine, which create us some cacao aroma, and the next one I can mention is furan, which creates us some aromas of caramel, which is so very famous, at least in our country. And the last one I want to mention is phenols, which create some smoky like. As a result, the molecules that created in heating process are similar with chemical compounds that exist in maybe fruits, nuts, and some flowers, and this is why we can feel that flavor in our cup of coffee. Neuroreceptors is the part of our body which can receive these aromatic molecules and compare them with all the things that we experienced before. About 400 types of receptors are exist in our brain, so they can recognize the similarity between the flavor of coffee and all we have tasted since we were born. So is that why we can feel like our coffee tastes like some fruit, some flower, or maybe some nuts? If we summarize all we talk about is that fruity flavor notes that comes from coffee are the result of three things. First is the structure of the coffee bean, which is naturally exists in the coffee. Second is the chemical reaction which happened during our roasting process. And the third one, which I think is the most important one, is human brains, because all of these things happen in our brains and there is no flavor exist in the coffee. All our brains do is that receive aromatic molecules and find a similarity between these molecules and all we had experienced before. So this is why we can taste some different flavor from our coffee. It's time to say goodbye. I'm Kay. I feel passionate about coffee and I could say I love coffee. Here we are gonna talk about all the things about the coffee, from farm to our cup, different kinds of brewing methods. I will glad if you subscribe my channel and like my video if you like it, and I hope to see you in the next video.